Station.
Keep that your eye open.
Back up. Luke Bell.
Yes.
And it's, Heather, if you're in town, work so hard, and then you keep them here. This is easy to do.
It sure is. Makes me really happy to see that over there.
Where, up in the plaza?
Yeah.
Okay,
We did. I didn't notice that today. That front out right there, and I could go through it.
Let's see.
They're doing something. I thought it was-
Interesting. Yeah, there are attendees. The only two panelists are town clerk and me.
Hi.
Good afternoon, good evening. Good.
Mr. Chairman, we are live streamed and ready to roll.
Okay, very good. Oh, good evening and welcome everybody to this workshop meeting of the Town of Henrietta Planning Board on Tuesday, September 16th, 2025. Members present: Matt Borkowski, Patricia Brill, Craig Eckert, Walter Liss, Marcy Reynolds, Elisa Franick. Town staff present: Chris Martin, Director of Engineering and Planning, and Donald Young, Planning Board Attorney. At this point, I'll invite everybody to join the Planning Board in standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we'll start tonight with the approval of the minutes from our August 19th, 2025 meeting. I think we've all had a chance to look at those. Does anyone have any questions or comments regarding the minutes that Heather provided us? Hearing none, the chair will make a motion to approve the minutes of the August 19th, 2025 Planning Board meeting. May I have Mrs. Brill? Thank you. Discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say nay. In the opinion of the chair, the ayes have it. Minutes are approved. Thank you. All right. First application this evening, only application this evening, number 25-005, 7 Brew Coffee. This is for final site plan approval of a proposed 510 square foot prefabricated drive-through coffee shop with a 388 square foot remote cooler and storage structure on approximately 0.57 acres to be located at 2599 East Henrietta Road as an outparcel building. Mr. Berger, welcome.
Welcome. Nice to see everybody. Always nice to be in the town of Henrietta. I'm here to be hearing on behalf tonight. Obviously, I'm the landlord. I'm appearing on behalf of the tenant. He couldn't make it in. He had something come up tonight, so I told him I would come over here and kind of see this through, and hopefully we can get this moving forward in the right direction. Kind of a new concept coming to Rochester, and I think that this would suit the plaza pretty well for the most part.
We take a speaker.
Can you hear me now? Yeah. Better?
Better.
So, any questions? I know they've looked at this for a while now. I've pretty much had yeah, I've pretty much been kind of shadowing them on this. They like to do their own approvals and their own site plans, but typically we come in and do those in this particular situation. It's a drive-through for coffee and like fruit drinks and stuff like that. They've opened about 25 or 30 of these now, and they've been pretty successful. They're pretty different. They're not kind of like your typical Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts or those types of things. They do have a double lane drive-through, and they get pretty busy at time. There's really no food. It's just mostly drinks for the most part. I think you're aware of that. The building is about 500 square feet, plus with a little freezer or for the outdoor side. There is some canopy areas kind of just for the servers that provides us, a little weather reduction. And their hours of operation are Sunday through Thursday, pretty much from 5:30 till about 10 is when they're really busy, and then they're open till 11 on Fridays and Saturdays. 4 to 6 employees tops at any given time, and the deliveries are kind of off hours and they come kind of in a box truck and they just kind of pull up in the double drive-through lane and they drop it off. A really simplistic kind of operation. The guys who are operating this, I've worked with them before. Nice guys, good people, trust them. We kind of like to align ourselves with tenants that we know and do certain things with. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell.
Oh, thank you. I know that there were some questions amongst the board regarding the traffic flow. Can you help us with that? It wasn't,
I think we had some discussions early on, Chris, kind of about that. How we came in and we moved it around and kind of made the double thing. So unfortunately, we lost the light out front, and that was kind of the state's doing, not ours. So we widened that up there in the front to kind of get them to kind of circulate around, and then they can pull out to the right and kind of an extra little bit of lane there because it's still pretty wide. They just redid the sidewalk. I know probably everybody's kind of seen that over there. We did save our rock though for the town of Henrietta. That was important. I know that. So they do have a little bit of driving behind, or parking behind the dumpster enclosure there, but that's pretty much where everything queues, and they just come around and stack them up and try to get them in and out of there as fast as. I would presume that most of the traffic will come in off of the main thoroughfare, and they'll come in and come around and then matriculate right back out.
so if traffic decided to turn in off of Calkins, they would have to traverse in front of the bottle return,
Correct.
O'Reilly's, and where would they queue at that point? I mean, would they
Where
join
your arrow is, it's where they would kind of stagger to come in.
right there where the arrow is? They try and join the queue there.
I don't think we'll get as much traffic that way as you think. Was pretty much everything that we get at Starbucks for the most part comes in, because Starbucks is ours too, comes off of the main thoroughfare. People don't really come in that way. That's kind of to go all the way around. We just did renovate the bottle guy. It's kind of, he's pretty busy there.
Yeah, I work at O'Reilly's, so I know all that you.
O'Reilly's, they've been great too, and they're successful there. We just put the roof on the back.
Yes, yeah, thanks for that. That's we always had to put umbrellas up back there.
So I don't see a lot of traffic coming through there because that's pretty busy coming down that way. Because even at the Dog Hotel, most of our traffic kind of queues down there. I don't see most of it turning in there. I think, the majority of it will be coming from the other side.
Um,
Go ahead. Yep, I'll recognize.
could make it.
Yep, that's fine.
yeah, so, even if there's, maybe not as much traffic coming off of Calkins as there is East Henrietta, I think we can anticipate that there will definitely be some.
Yeah.
But I guess so let's say if they come in off of East Henrietta, what's the flow? Where are they going?
Well, they're either going to go right in the front, directly in front of everybody, or they're going to come down and around where the kiosk is right now. They're going to kind of, because these three curves here are going to be done.
Can you come over here?
Yeah, can you just
Yeah, do you have the hand mic?
He's
The
not,
hand mic?
drive it around?
not gonna be at the microphone. He's not on the microphone.
There's a hand mic out there?
Yeah, I don't see.
We don't have the battery mic.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, there we go.
1, 2, 3.
Thank
Great.
you.
So I think they'll come in and want to come around this way and queue across the front. And
Really?
we do have speed bumps all around in there in the front. We put those in. We put those in for O'Reilly's.
Mhm.
I think to try and sneak through here is going to be a little difficult. They would have to come down underneath here and then come back up this way. We could, potentially put another island in there. I just don't want to lose any more parking than we have to. I do have to talk to him about parking the trailers and some trucks out there. He does park some trucks out there, the bottle guy. Those need to go in the back.
So it looks like there's like 4 exits and entrances to that queue, and I guess that's a little confusing to me. I see the 3 barricades, and then I see 4
Fees?
stop. Yep, right there.
Okay.
Yep. Are those entrances? Or are they just exits? Or What all are they?
So they have to come in and you can see how they got the arrows and the
Mhm.
exits there.
So they're
Both
coming
of-
in from that direction, that's the plan?
They can, yes,
Okay, from either one of those larger
Correct.
areas?
Yep.
Okay, so if they come in from East Henrietta Road, then the plan would be for them to turn left immediately,
correct.
cut in front of the cars that are queued in that line?
Yeah, those are gonna go out. Most of those are gonna go right.
Okay, and then go all the way across and go up into the half circle there in order to get into the rows.
Correct.
And what about those two?
Not a very big wait time on these either because a lot of these drinks are pre-made.
Yeah, I see. I looked at
Yeah.
your menu. It's a very small.
Yeah, 22 to 24 cars. Wait to see the next one I'm bringing in next month.
Okay.
That's gonna be a big one.
But so those other two stop gates are those ones where we anticipate people going in and, driving out of those?
I think potentially, but I think most of your traffic's gonna be here and potentially there. But there's a breakout there because we did have the islands and the planters there just to kind of delineate that. I do have to save some room up there for beers. And we don't know if beers will be there forever. Unfortunately, they're getting up there and we might want to downsize her. I did have a handshake agreement with him that I would help the family down the road if anything ever happens. And she's got a little too much space. We might have to break that up down the road. We got to save some parking up there.
And the bank kiosk, so we were,
They just renewed. I was kind of surprised.
okay,
They did renew for another 5 years, so it must be warranted. I did ask, I was originally contemplating going this way with Seven Brew, but M&T wanted to stay.
so what's the traffic flow right at the moment with the bank kiosk? They come in and they go
typically
up,
they come from this way.
yeah, up and
Here.
around?
Yep.
Any cause for concerns with individuals trying to get into the coffee shop and exiting from the bank kiosk?
I don't really see that traffic there. We don't, from a landlord perspective, it's very
Slow.
spotty. I mean, a lot of people don't really use cash anymore. But it was warranted, so they did renew.
And where is the dumpster going for
Right
the
here.
coffee shop?
Right there.
Right there. And there's screening on the,
Yeah,
and were there other outbuildings that I saw in the application? I wasn't entirely clear.
they just have a cooler that kind of goes behind their kiosk.
Oh.
Okay, gotcha.
Sure.
I'm gonna do a little more landscaping up here as soon as as soon as the state settles down. I want to clean that corner up a little bit. Just some more, it's kind of like the gateway of here.
Yeah.
So I gotta get him just to behave a little bit more over here. The bottle guy, I gotta get him settled down a little bit.
He's got a lot going on.
Well, doesn't always do what he says he's gonna do, but he does listen eventually.
It's messy in the back.
Yeah,
for
we gotta
sure.
clean that up a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah.
We're talking about, I'm probably gonna put like a big gate and stuff up around that and then just leave the trailer on the one side so we can kind of hide that back area there. We just painted the back of the building and I haven't got to that side of the building over there yet.
Mr. Flanagan, anything more?
I'm good, Mr.
Thank you. Chair will recognize Mrs. Reynolds.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
You're welcome.
The traffic was one of my questions, which we've discussed. In the letter, it says they're installing a prototype stand. What exactly is prototype? The materials that it's being
Oh.
made, or what exactly does that mean?
Yeah, so basically what we're doing is, they make these things precast,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and they ship them for $7. The one is for the shop, where they want to call it. They were set it on a foundation because they have plumbing and stuff trying through it. But the cooler slash storage facility, they just do a concrete and stuff right now. So again, the prototype of the pumping is all, it's done for all their other And I thought, I've seen a couple now, where they're just.
It was my question, is this the first one that they're doing with those?
Oh, no,
They're
no, no, no.
online? Oh,
Yeah.
kind of like prefab type of.
Yes, it's exactly, it. They come in, trailer,
Mhm,
small,
mhm.
they frame, pick it up. Pretty much set down.
It's pretty much just a site work job and a landscape job,
Mhm.
concrete, and just come in and they drop everything and plumb it in.
And if I may, this is the same as well, it's Abbott's now, but it was Brewster's when it came in.
Oh, really?
That's the same, yep, same exact concept with a drive-through. The cooler doors and exit doors so that a delivery driver can come up at any hours of the night, deliver, drop ice cream off and leave.
Oh,
So
okay.
same exact concept with that one. We have something similar here. If you want
Thank
to
you,
see.
Ms. Rucker. Yeah.
Great, thank you,
Mhm.
thanks. That's all I had, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Reynolds. The chair will recognize Mr. Liss.
Oh, thank you, Mr.
You're
Chairman.
welcome.
Did you fix it? Wasn't there some flooding in the end of the parking lot
Fixed
there
it.
by the bank?
Fixed it.
That's fixed?
So this over here, over here,
Yeah.
so that pipe was crushed. It was just so old. I mean, you remember, I used to go here when I was a kid with my grandmother and get donuts on Sunday for Wegmans. But, so the pipe was crushed and it actually was a little bit crushed on the state side. And it was a little bit crushed on our side. So when we kind of worked it out and he helped us kind of arrange all that. And then we fluffed it out and we redid it and we just put it in. So now everything's draining.
Yeah, we miss Lake O'Reilly. I'd go fishing out there after work.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Plaza looks good. I like what you've done with it.
Yeah,
Will you be maintaining these islands, the front landscaping?
absolutely.
Or will the
Yep,
tenant? You?
yep. Oh, no, I'll take care of everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm satisfied with the traffic flow too. I'm fine.
Thank you, Mr. Liss.
Thank you.
Chair will recognize Mr. Borkowski.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
You're welcome.
My thing is still the traffic pattern, Frank, because where you have those islands on the west side, is there any way that we could close those gaps? Wouldn't that be better for traffic? Because I can see people coming in from 4 different places and who's got first go at it, you
Be
know?
better for snow plowing, but
Well, yeah. Well, is there a reason we need to have those 3 there, Chris, or is that something that could literally be closed?
Well, only the car piece to the left of all. You know, how do you get out sometimes, you know, you back up and put. I guess, now, we talk about good for the national outlet as well. No, I guess I look at Wegmans, you see the Wegmans in that one parking lot where they did something and still more. You know, they were around when people were cut. And then when they closed that all off on Big Island. That's the door.
Yeah, but we're talking about a drive-through. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not really a very active, that's not a very active upfront parking.
Yeah, I almost feel like that, only because I think it helps the traffic with people, you know, back in and out of the, parking spaces to the west of the islands. You know, you can always put out the work, Frank, and if the work is gonna be, you can always, you know, like, close it off.
I mean, if you want to put a little caveat in there or something, if it doesn't seem to work, I mean, we could.
I think, you know, revision, but that's the way it's, just working for speed work up. And make a change.
Yeah. And I'm not really worried about the cut through. I'm worried about, somebody saying, hey, the line's here. I'm going to try going in here and beating these people to the punch. But
Just because the people is so large.
yeah.
Yeah,
And it's a quick turnaround.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's weird.
But Mr. Verger, you'd be okay with saying if there are
Down there,
problems?
so, yeah. I gotta put a gate in over there, up there anyways.
Okay.
We gotta do the gate, so.
That's really all I have is,
Up there too.
and you're right, it seems like this would be better on that southern side if it wasn't for the ATM because the traffic flow would
Yeah.
be better, but okay, I'm fine, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Borkowski. The chair wants to acknowledge Councilman Stafford. Thank you for coming this evening. Appreciate it. Chair will recognize Mrs. Brill.
Thank you. Echoing the traffic, first thing I thought of was those 3 islands. So as we discussed, an option I was thinking of was putting large planters between them. You said you wanted to put more, if it comes down to where it's going to be a flow issue and people are traveling in and out of it. Um,
You're suggesting just infilling these with planter or extending the curb?
if you don't extend the curb, you mentioned you want to do additional landscaping up there. First thing I thought of was some type of large planters. Enhance it and create a blockade. What are your,
I think one of the other things, Chris, that we talked about was we want to make sure water too, we're getting some water
Right.
through there with grade too.
Because everything has been stored.
I'm fine. I mean,
if it
yeah,
comes down
I'm
to
fine
it,
with that. I don't, yeah.
like I said, you talked about more landscaping. It's
These
still,
guys just call me and I just go do it. So it's fine.
it is still allows for the flow of water, but
Yeah.
it prevents traffic and it's aesthetically pleasing to the eye. How's
Yeah.
that sound? And the only other thing I had, which I don't have my phone with me, so I can't bring it up, with the conservation notes, talked about some differences in the trees. Did you see those comments?
I did not read those. Trust me. I like landscaping.
For example, let me see if I can remember. There was a particular large red maple. Oh, you have it? Good for you. Thank you, guys. There's a couple of things that they pointed out. Bear with me one second. Here we go. Large shade trees such as 3 red oaks and 2 honey locusts. They mentioned consider replacing, the current trees along East Henrietta Road are currently not appropriate. Consider replacing them with large shade trees such as red oaks or 2 honey locusts. But the first thing I thought of when I saw that comment was the large red oaks in the fall. There's a tremendous amount of leaves that would be falling off of it. Honey locusts, not as much, and they're much smaller, as you know. Remove the yucca and replace with Indian grass or switchgrass. Not sure what the reason was behind that, if it has anything to do with salt.
So we definitely, with the eminent domain from the state, we definitely lost some room up there. So we do get a lot of salt up there and it's been hard to kind of keep things. Like I would like that to look nicer than it does up there. I've been just, like I said, waiting for the state to settle down and kind of,
Yeah.
I had to push them just to get the, concrete poured, I was open for a month there. So, I'm definitely, I mean, we're not getting rid of this property. We'll keep this in forever. But I'm open
I
to,
mean, the different grasses are definitely really attractive. Yucca has the flower that blooms for about a week and a half.
Mhm.
They're smaller. I don't know what the rationale was behind that, other than possibly being a larger, more showy plant.
mhm.
If I may, because you said you hadn't seen them, 3 individual beds, change the design and 1 tree in the center. Currently a tulip tree. However, do not plant tulip trees here because they become very large. Instead, some trees shown along East Henrietta Road would work better. So it sounds like they're recommending to look and see what's around the neighborhood. Is that what people?
I'm definitely, I'm okay with a lot of that. I kind of, the bank looks really good across the street, doesn't it? I drove by there this morning because I was at the dog hotel and there's sprinkler and it looks great over there, right? So,
The 5-star you're talking about? Yeah.
so that drainage ditch, I gotta come in and I gotta figure out what we're gonna do there and like that whole corridor, kind of how it ties down and around. I mean, I do see us making an investment in that whole kind of area over there. I definitely want to bring it up a little bit for sure. So I'm open
Yeah.
to look at those.
Definitely,
Some of this kind of falls on them
Uh-huh.
a little bit, so I got to go back to them a little bit and like, but
It does mention specifically basswood, and I can attest to what they're saying here because I have one and it does drop a lot of twigs. So it might not be a great choice to use in a small area, especially a
Okay.
small parking lot area. So take that into consideration. And it says to confirm the amount of green space, 25% required, if not met, add, for example, a Rus aromatica on the current stone area. And revise to reflect the 3-year landscape guarantee. So those were some things that I actually agreed with, so I wanted to make sure I was.
the letter of credit.
Well, typically, let me interject, typically in situations like this, the applicant says, yes, we would look at the comments, and then we can I mean, we'll have, bigger land, his landscape architect, talk with our landscape architect, and then also the conservation board. To make sure before we sign off on it.
Yeah, I'm definitely. I like to own good stuff.
No, not right.
And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Brill.
I must say thank you.
Chair will recognize Mr. Eckert.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
You're welcome.
I have maybe just a couple of suggestions or options for betterment. One of them is I'm trying to pull back the that I just lost. I was thinking maybe suggesting some additional arrows. There we go.
Yeah, flow.
Oh, I need the share.
Traffic flow.
Yep, and then possibly painting stop and some stop bars on those two eastern entrances instead of the in between the curbed islands. Now, where's my shared? Yeah, I don't know why. Let's do this. Try it again. All right, well, let's try it again.
You've had it up the whole meeting, too,
Yeah.
right?
Yep, and when I go to okay, not where I went, but we got it back. So possibly I was thinking, I don't know if maybe it is there, stop bar. Painting a stop bar. Yeah, okay, I do
Yep.
see it now.
Yep.
So, right, so you have stop signs there, stop bar. Okay, so that will direct traffic. So you don't have people going eastbound into that travel lane. People in the travel lane will have the right of way.
Yep.
So, okay, and you got some double arrows there, I see.
Yep.
I don't know if it's possible to refresh some double arrows maybe
So,
on the front.
This is 2 years old asphalt. That's
Yeah.
all brand new with Riley's. This is gonna get all brand new.
Yep.
We'll probably do this again in the spring and we'll seal coat and probably start
Right.
everything next year. I'm pretty sure that's on our budget for next
Okay.
year.
Well, then what I was just thinking is just in the front aisle, maybe some double arrows too, or back again, also back here, because you also in a sense have a throughway to the left of that island,
Yep.
right? So maybe that might help with some directional. So that's what I was thinking with some of the possible comments on the traffic.
What do you mean by stop bar?
A
Right
big
here.
white bar, a big white bar that says stop. So cars coming,
At an intersection, at a stop sign, there's usually a white, big wide
Oh, on
bar
the ground.
on the ground. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
yeah, that's
I'm
called
like-
stop bar by DOT standards. Yep,
Okay,
sorry.
got you.
So they're gonna
Stop
paint the
line.
Yeah, so if they paint stop and paint that, they'll have a stop sign,
Yeah.
but the stop sign is the one that's vertical. The red stop sign will be there too, so cars that are trying to enter that queuing area will have to stop for anybody going north or south.
Which helps what Matt's comment was as well, and what I was thinking.
And I'm hoping,
You want people to be able to get out if
Right.
they're stuck in traffic and they don't have enough time or whatever. But,
You may stop at every bar you drive by, but that's your issue.
stop bar. The other thing I was thinking of is the actual trash, the dumpster area location. And what we've done before too is authorized a 5 foot tall dumpster enclosure instead of an 8. Knowing that the dumpster still has to be below that. But again, for something this small, like we've done with Starbucks, is allow that to be smaller, so it's not covering the facade so much, and you're not maybe that structure itself isn't so prominent in front of a business. So I don't know if that's of interest to you too, to drop
If that's not a detriment to what they do, I don't see any reason why we can't do that.
I just might be a
did do that.
betterment to your.
We did do that at Starbucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know we authorized it at Kenneth. That one hasn't gone in yet. I don't know up here. Was that the other one you did up here maybe?
Yeah.
So I don't know if that would be a betterment to you is to drop that to a 5 foot CMU wall and then with their landscaping around it. That might also help soften it a little bit.
A little more green space.
Well, just to bring it down from being so prominent, because the buildings themselves aren't that big either.
No.
The last thing you want to be focused on is the trash bin.
Craig, I don't see that as, I think that
But it's purely an option, it's not a requirement.
there's something we don't know. Right?
On site,
Yeah.
Yep, so that's good, just an option. Other than that, yeah, we've been through this quite a bit. This is a reuse of an existing site, and I think it's just gonna be great, so.
Could be, yeah.
Those are my comments, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rucker. So, Mr. Burgess, that southern, between the middle and the lower island there, okay? Yes, those parking spaces are going to be eliminated, right? In the
here,
parking
yeah.
lot?
Yeah.
No, to the left, where the white car and the red car,
Oh, yeah.
those are going to be gone, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and then those grayed out island, they're present, right? They're current on the left side, on the west side, they're still there.
Correct.
Okay,
These,
the islands, yes, the islands over up near the stores, yep. And for each of those spaces between those islands, you can enter and exit there, correct?
correct.
Okay. So if I come around and I want to head out to Calkins Road, I will get my coffee and I will either drive straight through down front of the storefronts and turn left, or I can turn immediately left and go out inside.
Go left, go straight here.
Yeah.
Up and around.
Okay. All right. Any estimate on your peak hours? Probably people going to work, and traffic number.
well, yeah, probably in the morning.
6 and 8:30 or
I go out to the cross all the time. That's
queued up, yeah.
2%. Yeah.
All right.
5:30 and 10.
5:30 and 10 a.m. Yeah. Okay.
Let's go step back to the podium if you want, Frank. Or grab your mic, yeah, there you go.
All right.
Mr. Chairman, can I have another second? if you can?
Yes, Mr. Borkowski.
Mr. Bergia, how do you get stuff to the far lane on this drive-through? Like somebody said earlier that's brought out to them?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like Chick-fil-A.
Okay.
I have a quick question too. I believe it's on the northern end where they're exiting. Yeah, on that particular drawing, it just kind of looks like a curved design. But on the one I'm looking at, it looks like there's some outbuildings or something there. Where that dark black line is. If you look on a different drawing, there's
I think that's from the overlay, the old overlay.
you have to go to a different drawing, not that one. One of the other drawings. That one.
That's an arrow.
No, do you see those three squares inside that on the other side of right there? What are those?
One's a transformer and the other one's the stockpile or like, well, I want to say lawn, but it's not gonna be any topsoil.
1 and 9, right?
Yeah, so one's a transformer, or it could be, you know what, it may be the, concrete, or what do you call the concrete,
Washout?
washout area. But one I know is,
Here we
like
go.
fill material, things like that. So,
Yeah, number 1 is approximate location of concrete washout, and number 9 is approximate location of soil stockpile. So it's a temporary location
Okay, thank you.
with compost filter system. So it's an erosion control DEC element.
Thank you.
Was that Mr. Frederick?
Yep, that was
Okay.
it. Thank you.
So recognize Mrs. Brill.
I had one more question, and I tried to find the answer, tried to get on the website here. I'm shocked at how many there are, actually, and I've never heard of it, so that's pretty. How many are there?
I think these guys have like 33 right now.
Oh, that's.
They probably got, well, nationally,
Yeah.
this particular operator for this
Okay.
geographical area has like, I believe, 33.
So is it their own, do they make their own coffee beans? Do they roast their own beans?
They're corporately run, but they break it up into, I wouldn't say franchisors, they have regions, and they're geographically, these guys get regions. So yes, they make their straw,
No, like the beans, like what kind of coffee is it?
Well, there are a bunch of different kinds of coffee. I don't even know. There's a whole slew of them we can get, I believe.
They're probably similar to like
Yeah,
Starbucks
yeah.
or donuts or, yeah.
Look like pretty generic drinks. I mean, if you look at it, they're
Sugary drinks, a lot of like, healthy,
Right.
some sugary. But you know where you see them a lot, like near colleges and so forth like that.
I was thinking my college age kids
Yeah,
would
the
be
kids,
excited.
the kids are
Cinnamon roll mocha.
go crazy over them.
Right.
I'll take a caramel macchiato, please.
They do milk, it looks like they do milkshakes and
Yep.
stuff.
Interesting.
So Mrs. Brill,
Oh, gosh, I'm so sorry. Yes.
that's okay. Yeah, thank you.
She's
I'm salivating.
she's enamored with the website.
Only other thing I had is, do we have to discuss the setback?
Yeah.
Oh, and I had a question also.
So, Greg, can you bring up the, overall again?
That one?
Yeah, so the front setback on a state road is 125 feet. I know they had 80 feet, but that's for a town road. We have a section in our code that says, especially for these out parcel types of buildings, if the building on either side with 200 feet is, let's say, X amount of distance, then the required setback for this one is the average of the two, but it can't be less than 50. If it was more than closer than 50, then they would need a variance from the zoning board of appeals. If you look at the plaza to the north, the old suburban plaza, not suburban plaza, but the
Suburban liquor.
thank you. And then even like the little kiosk, you can see that the setback for the canopy, and we're looking at the canopy, is certainly greater than what that building is, but they have to prove that to us. So I talked to the architect and he's going to verify those dimensions. So if it comes back, obviously we'll have to make sure that the new one is greater than, and I think it's around 50 feet plus the building, the canopy setback. So there's even a little more room there if we need to, but we just have to have them verify that the setback for the northern building is, less than what the proposed one is.
Okay, Chris, I had a question too. So we're still going to have adequate parking spaces in the plaza for the,
Oh, that's a good question, because that was one of my comments. And I talked to the engineer today, actually they had passed, but I'll help them out. Obviously, we're losing parking spaces from this development. But I think we all know that the plaza isn't overly parked right now. You can get a change in use, and that's what we can look at. However, we did change our parking code. In the old days, it was one space for 200 square feet of building area. And then we had some caveats, but with the new code update for a plaza, this is a plaza, we went to one space per 350 square feet. And also as part of this new code change, the planning board can reduce that number by 10%. So I had the architect take a look at it, but even with the new numbers for the parking, and even if the planning board, we're still going to grant that incentive, they're still short about 12 spaces. So they can do one of two things. They can go for a variance to the zoning board of appeal, or they could try to maybe find 12 spots that they could land back on the existing pavement area, because the reality is there's not much green space. So they're going to look at that and go back and determine which one they're going to choose. So if they have to go for a variance, what we typically do for these is we could have a condition that says a variance, they have to obtain the variance for the planning board chairman would sign off on the plans.
Over the land bank.
Or do the land bank, that's what, there may be areas out there that, you could squeeze another 12 parking spaces. But they just had to take a closer look at it. They weren't able to do that today. So, and that's fairly common with these types of plazas. I mean, we're trying to, these out parcels, we're seeing more and more of them. And to be honest, I think we all see some of the Lowe's Plaza is a good example where there's just so much room for parking there that, that nobody ever uses. So, I think we're seeing more and more of these types of things.
Good. All right, well, thank you, Chris.
I would think with the uses of the things that are in there, the businesses that are in there right at the moment don't require long-term parking.
Correct.
Don't need a ton of parking. I mean, if it was a restaurant or something like that, might be a different story, but I mean, even with Beers of the World where people might take their time shopping, they don't take that.
And nobody shops at the O'Reilly's place, so you don't have to worry about that.
We're giving away free auto parts for the whole month of December. So do you think that might increase traffic? What's that? Yeah, we're getting busier. Yeah. Yeah, we've got, Greece is open now and we're looking at Irondequoit, probably the early part of 2026. So we're establishing our base here in Rochester. So, yeah. Well, good. Any other comments? Any board member? Mr. Young, were you able to update and modify the resolution based on what Mr. Martin just indicated at all?
I think so. Here's what I've got. Adding a new comments condition that say comments to the conservation where it should be addressed to the satisfaction of the town director of engineering and planning. Craig, do you want the directional arrows as a condition? I put it in there, but I don't have to. I don't know if that's a suggestion or what you're thinking.
I think they're there. It was a suggestion, but I saw the stop bars.
Okay, so you're good.
So that's really, and the arrows are out also adjacent to the stop bar. So those are on the plan.
Okay.
My suggestion was for the front, but that doesn't really affect this. And if that's something he wants to do after he paves the whole thing, then I think that's kind of a given. I think when you get into this cluster is when I was looking for a little bit more markings for some of the comments, and I think they're there. So no, I don't think there needs to be an additional comment.
Okay, and then I know Chris mentioned this in a way in his comments, but just to be clear, I can add this in that front setback shall be confirmed to be in compliance with code, else a variance shall be obtained, all to the satisfaction of the code enforcement officer.
Code enforcement officer? You're talking about variances, aren't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sound good? Or building inspector, I don't know who, probably the code enforcement officer.
Well, Kevin Wilson, the director of building and fire prevention, is the liaison for the zoning board.
Sorry if I missed it, Don. Did you mention it was the variance or picking up 12 more spots?
Right, the landscape or the, I'm sorry.
It says the front setback shall be confirmed to be in
Yes.
compliance with code. That's what we're talking about right now.
Yep.
Okay.
Also, variance shall be obtained, all to the satisfaction of.
And you're on the front setback, so if in that case the variance is needed, that's what you're saying.
Yep,
I got it.
gotcha.
Yeah, I was jumping to something else.
Yeah, and we already had a condition about the parking, which says this. That given the application constitutes an amendment of an existing site plan for the property, sufficient overall parking shall be confirmed by the town director of engineering and planning. And any variances which are determined to be required by the town, including but not limited to, as it relates to the reduced number of parking spaces, shall be obtained. That was already on the resolution because he noted this issue in his comments. So,
Okay.
all right.
All right. Sounds good. Sure, we'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I'll propose to move this project per the drafted and amended resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Rex. Mr. Borkowski, second. Thank you. Discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, say nay. The opinion of the chair, the ayes have it. The motion carries. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Any plan for a shovel in the ground?
Well, we got
Good. Okay. Well, I know that there's a lot of rumors and people looking for the Seven Brew. Personally, you're going to hurt my pocketbook with my daughter, so you can delay as much as you want. Okay.
Are you involved in any of the other locations? Are you involved in any of the other Country Club Plaza, West Ridge Road?
Yes. Sir. This would be the first one in Monroe County. Yeah.
Remember several years ago when the little Kodak kiosks shut down and they became little coffee drive-throughs?
Shops.
Remember that?
Photo, yeah.
Is there still one behind that Brighton Town Lane Plaza?
In Witten.
Yeah.
Is there?
I don't,
There's a building there.
The building's there, but the coffee shop is not there.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if it's still there. Yep.
that's funny. Photo mat, yeah.
Photo man, yeah. Great. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Motion to adjourn?
Mr. Chairman, I just have a quick comment.
Yes, Ms.
There is a Monroe County Land Use Decision-Making Training Program coming up. It is unfortunately on the same day as our next planning board meeting. However, I was kind of instrumental in getting this training going. I know the people, it's a great information on the housing crisis and ways that like planning boards and zoning boards can assist in keeping that in their minds when we're making decisions and things like that. If it's something that is of interest to this board, I could perhaps reach out to the presenters and see if they would be interested in presenting to our planning board at some point in the future.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Mel.
Very good.
Okay.
You know, and just if, thinking ahead, you know, if we got credit for that.
We could get credit
That
for that.
carries over into next year for us, so,
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
yeah,
It would carry over?
it carries over, so if we do
If we have
6,
too many credits this year, it goes into next year?
yes,
No kidding.
yep,
Check the
Okay.
date.
so,
Yeah, it's the same day as our planning board meeting. Yeah, I know.
Well, we
Yeah,
haven't
but-
had anything on it, so we haven't closed for the planning board meeting yet, so we won't know until next week, or actually tomorrow. How many applications we have in.
Okay.
So what I'll do is, as soon as we find out, I'll let the board know.
well, sounds like Frank was gonna have something. He said he'd see us next month for something, so,
We'll see.
yeah, okay,
We'll see.
all right.
Uh,
Mr. Frank, if they could tape it, and we could put it up on our website to watch at our own leisure, or we may not get credit, or the town could authorize us to get credit for that if we prove that we did it right, but, just a suggestion also, but.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
I can reach out to them and yeah, I spent some time meeting with them. It was really good.
Okay, well, thank you for your efforts on that.
But if we can
Yeah, but-
attend, I there's value, I think, in the networking as
Mhm.
well.
Right now, we see one.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, motion to adjourn, 6:52.
All right, second.
What about the Masons complex? What's going on with that?
So hold on.
now that's still kind of.
Steve has reached back out to try to get the new board of
If it's
trustees.
just gonna go into replat, yeah.
Continue the project, or at least continue with easement, some of that stuff, so he's, the problem he's having is that this new board has like no understanding of what the original board
Yeah.
did,
Oh, boy.
so he's kind of trying to correct. But there is potential interest for them to move forward with the project.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Likewise. We got a new grandchild being